Hi folks, welcome to Coffee with Job, number 32. Do you know, I think it's only around 10% of the world's population are atheists. And what we find in Western society is not even so much that people are atheists, but they're agnostics in the sense of they say, it's not just that we don't know that there's a God, but we can't know God. And so that's what we're going to look at today in Zophar's reply, chapter 11, verse 7. Can you fathom the mysteries of God? Can you probe the limits of the Almighty? They are higher than the heavens above. What can you do? They are deeper than the depths below. What can you know? Their measure is longer than the earth and wider than the sea. If he comes along and confines you in prison and convenes a court, who can oppose him? Surely he recognizes deceivers, and when he sees evil, does he not take note? But the witless can no more become wise than a wild donkey's colt can be born human. There's just such a lot in there, isn't there? Even at the end, the question there of identity, can you become something that you are not? But can you understand God is what's being said here. Now, I've mentioned the agnostic, but let me mention also there are two different religious or Christian perspectives that I think are just as wrong. One is the person who says, oh, of course you can know God and it's dead simple and here's the formula and let me give you this course and you'll learn it. It's too simplistic. But the other is the person who goes all mystical and says, well, God is too deep to know and everything is beyond our knowing and we cannot possibly know. Well, I love the old King James version of this. Canst thou by searching find out God? Elizabeth Elliott's wonderful book, By Searching, is well worth reading. What Zophar does here is he gives four dimensions: the sky, the underworld, the land, and the sea. He talks about the deep things of God, the heart of God. He talks about the limits of God, because there are limits to God. People say, oh, well, God can do anything. No, God can't lie, for example. He has set his own limits. God's wisdom and knowledge, nonetheless, are limitless. They are beyond human comprehension, and they are always just. However, it's precisely at this point that Zophar goes wrong. He doesn't apply this to himself. He claims to know God and to understand God and to be able to interpret everything God does. But if God is beyond our understanding, then we have to concede that there may be reasons for suffering that we do not understand. And so that's why, and that's very important, by the way, we try and fit everything into our box and how we understand things. And we just don't know. I was reading in Thomas Merton this morning where he talks about we have difficulty enough understanding ourselves, never mind understanding everything that's going on. So Zophar then comes to this personal insult. Wild donkeys were here considered to be very stupid. We might still say, if you want to, oh, you donkey. You will become wise, he's saying, when pigs fly. Now, so where does that leave us? Can we know God at all? Is he incomprehensible? Do we have to give up the search for God? Do we, just like the Muslims, have to submit to the will of Allah, which can be entirely capricious, and we do not know? Well, the answer to that is yes, we can, if God reveals himself to us. And that's a wonderful thing. We cannot package God. We cannot put him in a box. We cannot confine him to a course. But this is the wonder of the Christian gospel. It's possible to know God. It's possible to know the truth, and the truth is found in a person. Rabbi Sachs, in I think the book he wrote before he died, said this, that in heaven there is truth, on earth there are truths. God has revealed himself in many different ways, but the revelation of God is in the creation and through his word. That's why I've been taking all these photographs of these plants and things, because to me, they're a revelation of God, of his beauty and creativity. But this is the revelation of God in terms of Jesus Christ and his beauty and what he has done. And that's why I and the Father are one. He who has seen me has seen the Father. I am the way, the truth, and the life. It's through Jesus. Hebrews 1 again, which I keep coming back to and keep referring to. God has spoken to us by his Son, who is the exact representation of his being, the express image of his glory. Zophar didn't know Christ. Zophar had lots of fine words, but he didn't know Christ. And I ask you simply, do you know Christ? Find him and seek him in his word. See you tomorrow. Bye.